Kansas City Pioneers stands in front of us and our next part of the broadcast. Welcome back to the grid here on Alpine Esports. It's your boy F. And Turtle. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. We finally closed out a Game 5. The reverse sweep curse is not alive and living with Alpine, which is great news because I didn't want to see another PSG. I was a little bit scared. But we have a good matchup against Kansas City Pioneers. I think it's going to be close. I have a lot of questions I want answered for this Kansas team. We're already in game. We're ready to go. And let's see if we can continue that momentum that we built in the last season.
Right. So we got Rapid Beast Mode in memory here today. Beast Mode is kind of the guy that a lot of people are looking at when it comes to this Kansas City Pioneers roster. Landon has been pretty strong, bopping around a couple of different teams. The Monkeys was probably, I think, his most notable squad, where he was playing in some of those bubble tournaments and doing rather well.
Yeah.
So seeing him kind of transition here into the Kansas City Pioneers, they aren't the strongest team. This is actually a team that I think that we should have the upper hand on, which is just as much of a test as teams that are stronger, Turtle.
Right. It is a little bit concerning just that we haven't had any practice against these guys. It's our first time for Alpine to go up against Kansas City Pioneers, at least in the grid. I'm sure we've played them in other tournaments besides RLCS, but every player will tell you RLCS is just a different story. Teams play differently, more on the line, pressure is there, and you've got to adjust to it. So if we're going up against Pioneers the first time, we're going to be a little bit pushed back, which I think would be a good look in the first game, kind of feel each other out, make sure you have the right play style against them, and then push on forward after that.
That's the mindset, just kind of, honestly, play it boring, right?
Yeah.
Like, just play your fundies, do the Tim Duncan, just play your fundamentals, be boring, and win games.
Yeah.
That's exactly how Alpine has to jump into this one. And kind of what I want to see here, especially after a day like today where energy was real close, Charlotte Phoenix went to 5. There are some days where I want to come out against a lower seeded team and stun and just be the guy that's getting quadruple resets. But here, simple pass, simple shot, simple syrup, just easy peasy lemon squeezy. Jordan puts it in. I want to see that every game, just like that.
I think the style we should go for is the same one that NRG do against us, and that is be relaxed, control the pace in the midfield, not overextend too much, make sure you're taking the boost, and you're not going for anything too risky, and you just make sure, all in all, that your rotations are on point. I think that's the most important thing for NRG that they did against us, which helped them get back in the series, was the rotations didn't break. It was just a shooting that might have been a little bit off early on, but you can fix that. Much easier to fix in the middle of a series than it is a rotational issue, because that comes down to communication and a lot of synergy.
Absolutely. Beast Mode's going to be able to score here, and this is one of the guys that, Beast Mode does it. Beast Mode is a strong player. This is who I said eyes are going to be on. So he scores here, unsurprising. We've just got to be able to mitigate that.
Yeah, and I have not heard too much about Beast Mode, so I told you I got a lot of questions that I need to answer. I haven't seen too many Kansas City Pioneers games overall. I think out of all the teams in RLCS, even there are some that I've done more research on. These guys, really, I haven't even looked into too much.
Up-and-comers, new players kind of hitting the field and trying to do what they can. And so.
Yeah. Well, you got Memory, too, who's been around for so long. This is his comeback story. Because I feel like if the Pioneers don't work out, it's going to be even that much more sad for him, because he's been trying so hard every single season to get onto a solid performing roster. On Ghost Gaming, he was struggling, but now coming back with the Pioneers, is this roster something special that we should pay attention to, Efton?
It might be. It might be. I know they have another player that joins in and tries to do their thing as well. And that's what I want to see, though, with respect to Beast Mode. I like seeing the younger players with these sort of, veterans, so to speak. Memory has been around and hasn't really gotten his chance, so to speak, but still has the experience on the high end field, knows what winning looks like.
Well, I think that's where they shine the most, because I think about players like Turbo, right? A player who's done it all. He's so experienced, and he kind of gets complacent unless he's on a roster with players who are up and coming and hungry. because that hunger can get transitioned over to Turbo's game.
Yeah. 1 minute here. Beast mode. Nice solo play there. He's the young gun. You were talking about the age of our team, one of the youngest teams on the field. Beast mode is another. 15 is the youngest you can be in the RLCS, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
15 is the limit, or the requirement, I guess. I don't know. I imagine there's the limit. You have to be, you can't be over 40. So unfortunately, you know, Gibbs is getting close to that. I don't even know how old Gibbs is. All I know is that he's my dad. That's all I know.
Oh no! Don't do my man like that.
No, I'm not saying he's old. I'm saying I don't know how old Gibbs is. He's definitely not over 40.
I think
don't know.
Gibbs.
He has 2 kids though. Like that's got to be some kind of indicator. As we barely saved some of these. This is getting scary. We got a couple of shots on our own net. Trying to send it to OT. That's all we need.
OT.
Oh no.
OT.
Not even close. Not even close whatsoever.
If there was literally 1 second on the clock, we would have lost him.
Yeah, that would.
But there wasn't, and so we see another kickoff. Memory gets lucky. Won't happen. I'm gonna tell Gibbs you said that, by the way.
No, you can't. I didn't say he was old, okay? The man has a wife and 2 kids. I'm just saying. You know, if there was an age limit and Gibbs was still playing, he's probably the first person I'd be concerned with, okay?
Oh, come on! You gotta score that. Percy dribbled past the goal and didn't have a teammate to push it in. That's the you know, that's the fun part of what makes Rocket League interesting is I always compare it more to hockey than soccer, believe it or not, because you're on that sort of like line, you know what I mean? You can't just like stop and change direction like you
Yeah.
would do.
It's all momentum based.
Yeah, and so, you know, people always call Rocket League a momentum-based game, and when people say that, they think like you win the first game, you win the second game, you win the third game, and I actually think a large part of that is true, but it's also like you're talking about physics, where you're
rotation.
Momentum.
If you just stop in your rotation, that's going to be horrible for your team.
Yeah, one of the first. Oh man, I honestly, I feel very bad. Jordan gets the ball stolen from him for forgetting the name of the person. But when I very first started looking at Rocket League, there was a content creator that I was watching to learn the game, not the teams, the game. And it talked about the concept of having this like sphere of influence around your car almost, and like how your rotations, you got to act as if you're the opposite magnet with your team, so you don't cover the same angle all the time, and you create these rotations. So if you stop, you create a traffic jam and you mess up your whole team's
Well, you leave a lot of spots open too.
Yeah, and like that's really what it is like watching these teams like try to bring momentum and make mistakes. Game 1 ends with a mistake here.
And you were talking about rotation. I wish I could see as a spectator where that third man was, because we had somebody coming back. I don't know if he got demoed or if he just went for boost, but he could have gone far post to block that shot with that pass coming out. But instead, we had nobody there, nobody in position, and Pioneers capitalized, and they go up 1-0 in the game.
Strong game there. Neither team really gets stepped on, so to speak.
Wow.
You know, I think that's one that just falls through the through the feelings. In all honesty, falls through the fingers here for Alpine. Kansas City Pioneers do just enough to bring the win home. And you know, that's exactly how I'm going to phrase that. They do just enough. Tough.
I'm a little bit impressed with Rapid though. I thought on this team, the new player like you were talking about, Beast Mode, would pop off, and he's doing well. Don't get me wrong, but Rapid, I think he's been the most aggressive player, winning a lot of those challenges in our half, and then it squeezes out actually off of the corner out into the middle. So Rapid, I think you got to watch out for him. Maybe, I say this a lot, but you got to play man coverage. If you see Rapid being aggressive on offense, make sure that you can just get in front of him and stop him from developing a play.
Okay, give me the second layer for that. I meant like man-on-man coverage, like 1-to-1.
Not necessarily. I think it's just you have to be aware when Rapid steps over your midfield line. You got to be cautious of where he is. And look like right here, he's going for the flip reset. and you have somebody on the backboard, that's beautiful because you just have to read where he's going to go with the play because he is the one who's influencing how this offense moves, and that is almost in. We get the save. Oh my! We teased everything Beast Mode had to offer, and we still deny it.
Look at where Beast Mode sat though that whole time, right? And waiting for the rebound for a goal that was like inevitably going to go in. He still waited for the rebound. You know, that's pushing it. So I'm here for it. That's twice now that Majicbear gets in between Rapid and the shot. Yeah, I'm here for it.
I'm getting a little bit scared though. Midfield, not as strong as it was first game. That's a poor touch there from, who was it? I believe it was Majicbear who got the clear out. But now look at Jordan keeping it slow. Just over one of them. It's a little bit out of position. We're creeping out. We're creeping out of the net.
Yeah, that was a mess. I mean, this is this is the first time in my career that I get to use the term ball chaser. That was just everybody on the ball at the same time.
Yeah. And nobody wanted to rotate to the net and worry about a safety. It's tough though because Jordan, this is what I did a lot on my previous team. This is the issue that I struggled with. A lot of times I'd go for a dribble or a mind game and it would destroy any clear, any momentum we had. So a lot of my teammates would push up because they're like, oh, you have the ball, obviously. Just go with it and flick it. But instead I'd be like, well, what if I could make a good play and maybe hit a mind game here? But instead I'm just letting the other team hit the ball, they win a 50, and it's all over, you know?
Yeah, the break check looks awesome when you get everybody to drive past you. The break check looks really bad when you just stop and the other team takes the ball.
And all they need to do, honestly, is just get one touch. Maybe if you're in a 1v1, if you can get them to get one touch and it still has possession on your car, it's not that bad. But in threes, even if you lose possession slightly, that's enough time for the other second player to come in and challenge you. And there it is, Beast Mode off the backboard. We are struggling to keep our defense in lock and Rapid. It's, again, that player you need to watch. You can't let him do his thing.
Not at all. I mean, this is... Rapid kind of set him up there. Beast Mode just goes ahead and puts it in. And that's... I'll be honest, this is more than I expected. Straight up and down. This is more than I expected out of this team. I did not anticipate Kansas City Pioneers looking this strong.
Yeah,
I expected a lot more of what we saw in game number 1, where it was a little bit even. Maybe Alpine brings it home after too long, right? See them lose game 1, I was like, okay, sure, well, we're still in it. But this performance in game 2, I got to take my hat off to Kansas City Pioneers. Yeah, definitely a little bit more successful than I anticipated.
You have to credit their mechanics too. I think I've seen some great flip reset opportunities. Even we look back to the Beast Mode shot off the backboard. If he can pull off shots that almost go in, as this one definitely is going to fall into the hands of Percy and put it in. Okay, off the 50 and the follow-up from Percy. There we go.
And the stick-to-itiveness here to continue. I think a lot of the players either just push on backwards or go elsewhere.
Right.
That's a really important move to kind of stick there and stay with it. So 1 down, half a game to go.
Bars. I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
You impress me still to this moment, F. Dot. I admire you. Oh no, Rapid is the lone. The pass across to Percy. Yeah.
The chip shot.
Oh baby.
The little chip shot right here. Look at this right here. Majicbear, then chip and dip, baby. Right there. 2-2.
And you notice how Percy kind of slowed down a little bit before that ball came to him instead of just right away smashing into the corner. He kind of let it go up his car. So like you said, get that chip shot.
Smooth. So now we've got a new ball game. Now we got a new game. All right. I'm impressed. This is more the style that I anticipated. Majicbear by himself.
You got around 1. It's a good little play. Reminds me of that video. You know the intro video that Alpine plays? I don't know who got the flip reset, but whoever got the flip reset where the ball is close to the ground and he still scoops it up, I think it might have been Majicbear. Either way, it was fun to look at.
I thought that was a harsh angle for that ball to take, and see Beast Mode ready for it. Like, I thought that was a surprise, and Beast Mode was there 7 hours early, and we're just like blocked, which was kind of wild. because of the angle it took. I was like, damn, all right, beast mode, you can do it.
It's those predictions, man. Oh no, that's a good pass from memory out. And the big miss from beast mode. Okay, that is comforting. As the pass gets set up for Rapid, what a save from Majicbear. How did he get up in time? That shot was so powerful, and Majicbear still being a beast.
Problem is, we're stuck on Alpine's side of the field. 50 seconds to go. One miss. Percy doesn't. Now homie's gonna drive upfield. What we're looking for. Orange does have control, but they're on their side of the field. So 30 seconds left. Majicbear's gotta find the transition, because that's what we've been having trouble actually getting out of our side of the court, which has been our problem the entire day. Stuck on our side of the pitch, whether it's Energy or KCP, we have been stuck here on our own half.
And man, it's happened all throughout the grid too. I think that it's that control aspect where you're always managing to find a teammate when you leave. Like, look at Majicbear right now. He has no options, but there is actually somebody below him. Never mind. That's what I like. I love that play. I didn't even see the player under him. You can keep doing that and then Rapid. What a save from Majicbear. Dude, the second save in a row. We had the follow-up.
OT, baby.
I can't handle that. That's the second time it's happened. Why? They get so close to the buzzer beaters, and they toy with our hearts.
Well, close on the counts and horseshoes and hand grenades, and we're not playing neither, so we'll see how this one works out. Already, again, finding ourselves on our side of the pitch. Rough, as a dog would say.
These bars, man. These bars.
You like that one?
Absolutely phenomenal. Oh, that's a good bounce, too. That's what a 50. The one time we get on offense, we always open up a shooting lane. Sometimes somebody out of KCP is there to fix it, sometimes not. Still got overtime, though, 45 seconds in.
KCP reminds me of, what's that website with all, like, the creepy pastas? You know what I'm talking about?
I do not, I'm sorry.
It's like they like lock up like Momo and Slender Man and all that.
Oh my goodness, dude, don't even talk about those. I am a child still. Okay, those things I can't watch any scary movies. Those things will definitely creep me out.
I mean, you say that, bro. I still get like that, bro.
I get spooked way too easily. And I'm still spooked, you know.
I get so spooked.
I get spooked to the point where in a game of Rocket League, I'm dribbling and I don't see the other player and he smacks off my hood. I will legitimately jump back. That's how much it scares me. Somebody can relate to that. There's got to be somebody else who can do it.
You got to fix your camera settings. If you zoom out, you won't be so spooked.
Yeah, with the Gengar camera settings. Have you ever seen that man play?
Actually.
Dude, his camera settings are on the IFS, bro. Insane.
Bars. This is you now. That was a good one. I'll give that to you.
I'm pretty sure I stole that from Twitch chat, but you know what? It was me. It was me.
Hey man, it's all about the spin you put on it.
Well, now I'm spooked in overtime.
That's the problem here. Is again, just
flip reset. Okay, we're good. Rapid, please don't do this. You gotta get in front of him. Dude, the flip resets. I don't think I've seen a team go for so many flip resets. KCP. Every time they're in the air, all of them are going for flip resets. It's nutty.
That's the standard at this point. Like, where my skateboards in chat. At one point in time, doing an ollie was a cool trick. Rapid pulls a cool trick and kick flips over us, bringing them to a 2-game lead.
Why is beast mode there?
Like, I did not expect this. Woof.
Stop saying it's these sayings. It's the bars. It's too much heat, bro. We can't handle it.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
You're gonna drive me crazy with these bars, dude. And this is what happens. Now we're forced our backs against the wall. Okay, we're in this series. This is the opposite. Normally we win the first 2 games, and now we lose the first 2 games. We have to get the reverse sweep. Do we have it?
I think so. Well, do we have what it takes? Absolutely. Alpine can absolutely win this set. There's no doubt in my mind that this is a winnable set.
I mean, my dog just brought me this ball, so I think that's a good luck charm. I would say This is the key right now. He literally just handed this to me on my lap. I'm gonna keep that on my desk because it's a squeaky one. If he gets it back, he will be going crazy. Just gonna make sure
that.
it's on my desk. We got the good luck charm, okay? We can get this reverse sweep. Start out strong. If we lose this first goal, I think this first goal is huge right now for the way the series is gonna end up.
That's how Alpine were able to find their first 2 wins against Energy, getting the first goal real quick, able to kind of convert that into the momentum that they need. And the insurance goal is like, that's something that I think is real big as well. You talk about the first goal. You can play differently when you have the lead, knowing that you've got that, a little bit of that insurance. You can play a little bit more recklessly, excuse me, and try to find that sort of next level footing.
Yeah, you've got a little bit of a safety net. Have we scored first? I'm sorry, I haven't noticed whether or not. Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think we've scored first at all.
Not in this one versus SCP. KCP. SCP was the spooky creepypasta. KCP was honestly the spooky creepypasta one in this set. 2-0. Ooh.
No, not the ghost. See, I'll get spooked out by anything. Okay, it's whether it's in Rocket League, I could be playing Roblox. I'll probably still get scared.
Oh.
And if I'm in this game, I'll definitely feel a little bit spooked. You've got a lot to climb. You've got a lot.
It is definitely a spooky game. 3 games to go if Alpine want to move on to the next one.
What a midfield pass. We don't have anybody in the corners usually, and we're giving up space, but then it makes our counterattack that much deadlier.
Good.
Majicbear. Have we seen a fancier looking goal? Look at how high he popped this one up, and he feathered his boost just the right amount to find that angle.
For me, I love the mid-air adjustment to nail the perfect angle. Like that standard, if you just turn upside down and hit it with your bottom, you're just not going to be able to find it. Had to find the precise angle. I mean, that was massive.
That's what we needed. The first goal, we talked about scoring the first goal, but then if it's that stylish too, how can you not feel confident?
That was.
Okay, we got some space here. I think this is a 2v1. It's wide open, actually. Jordan just needs to get the demo, or maybe a pass in the middle from Percy. We get neither. Now there's 3 minutes.
I hated that. Can you talk to me? Like, why we didn't just shoot the Thank you, Majicbear. But why didn't we just... And I am extremely aware that I'm speaking from a place of ignorance here, but why didn't we just shoot the damn ball then?
Well, I mean, there could have been a player who didn't... it's all about whoever has possession of that ball. Whoever was dribbling it down. I think it was Percy who dribbled it down.
Right.
If he doesn't know that it's a wide open net or that he has space given to go towards the middle, you're screwed because there's nothing you can do if you don't notice it right away. That's how fast Rocket League is. You have to make that decision as soon as you realize it. So I think Percy might have just been trying to get it out and focus on that more than getting the goal. But I agree with you. There has to be somebody who can put it in, and there it is. 3-0. Oh
no, that's not allowed.
What do you mean it's not allowed?
That is not allowed. And chat's hitting us up. Spam this creeper to become the reverse sweeper. That's
okay.
That is a hot average, but
hot average. I think that's pretty banging. I'm impressed with that. We talked about it in game 5 against Charlotte. We need the energy. Okay, this is what I like to see. You already know that the Alpine can feel it. The energy from chat.
Absolutely. I mean, that's the realness. You know, that's. I wish there was. I mean. My brain is thinking now, and I'm not speaking, which is that's my entire.
I just look at the Discord webcam of you, and you're just like staring off in the distance. I can tell you're not even looking at the monitor.
Well, like think about if Twitch chat was able to connect to the game, and you were able to type in Twitch chat. It wouldn't be able to say what you're saying, but
right.
It just like pumped crowd noise into the player's headset.
Well, hear me out.
Cheers and.
You know how there's crowds and cheering in Rocket, right? What if you can control what they're saying through Twitch chat? It's kind of like whatever gets said the most is what will get translated into the game.
That's dangerous.
Okay, there's a filter though. There's a filter. We like filters here at Alpine Esports.
Probably, yes. Probably the best approach would be to have it emote based. Beast mode scores 1, making it a 2-point game in the last minute. Make it emote based, where like if you put a pog in the chat, the crowd like screams, and if you put like a what face in the chat, it like boos. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And like something like that. That would be.
I think that would be good.
And so the players would have to like play with it, with like the crowd know it. Like that would.
Oh no.
Yo, high key, that'd be sick. Don't know me. We're fine.
No, I was talking about the game.
That's what I'm saying.
That's when you need to. That's when you need to spam. What is a sad emote in Twitch? I don't even know. I feel like I'm a disgrace.
Feels bad, man.
I mean, but that's not a that's a BTG, right? I don't even know. It works though. That's when you spam a feels bad, man. But we also spam a hog chance, which made it out of there. So see, I'm already kind of getting lost in this idea. What would the crowd be cheering right now, though? Is my question to you guys.
I mean, right now the chat would be cheering for Alpine, clearly.
Of course. Oh, Jordan, the 1v1. He made Rapid jump too. We had a demo attempt. Rapid, that was such good defense from him. I'm telling you, he is the star player. I'm really impressed. I didn't really know how Rapid would fit in on this team or how he'd be performing lately in RLCS, but he's been popping off.
Percy with the pirouette. He's getting pretty cute there. Not able to convert it though. And this one's gonna be all ours. So 2-1.
The first step. That's all we needed in this reverse sweep, baby. Dude, my dog is going crazy right now. I don't know why. He's cheering for Alpine. Something about him. He knows what's up. I told you I put the good luck charm tennis ball that he gave me. It's still on my desk. This is gonna lead us to victory. All caster curses have been banned. Yep. This right here is what we need to set us apart.
Well, this is part of the reverse sweep, right? Down 2 games, able to win 1 game and work to bring it back here. Percy, Majicbear, Jordan. 2 and 1 for Majicbear and Percy, respectively. And so, that's no complaints about that game.
Yeah.
Just,
I think my favorite thing was the dribbles. On offense, we got multiple dribble attempts going towards KC Pioneer's net. And the Majicbear was doing everything in the air, but then we saw Percy kind of go for some slow dribbles. Jordan as well, keeping it low. Good mix-up when you're going on offense, keeping Pioneers on their toes, man.
And that's been kind of what Alpine needed to do there and how they found their win. I think just being able to like stay one step ahead, make sure that KCP is just not able to sort of, you don't guess in Rocket League, but like, you know what I mean? Like take those chances.
Yeah.
And that's what happened in games 1 and 2, is that KCP they were allowed to basically play this audacious style and just repeatedly going for it. And Alpine there in game number 3 said they were no longer allowed to do that. I think that's a big change.
Completely agree. Now in game 4, we got the first step out the way. We won game 3, started the reverse sweep. Now we've got to make a big change. Well, do you make a change here going into game 4? I think you just stay consistent with these backboard touches. Majicbear still doing so much work in the air. Even there, you see him so fast in the air. Double tap, off the backboard, opening up more space and still going for it.
This time, he didn't really have the secondary angle with the player, so gotta hang out there.
We're still on match point. I honestly forgot that we're on match point for KCP, so still so much on the line.
I mean, that's what it's all about, right? Keeping it together. That's the hardest part, I think, of... I'll say that. That's the hardest part, I think, of competitive gaming in these rubber matches, just keeping the mind open. Like, if you get to game 5, game 7, game 3, whatever you're playing, like, you clearly have the skill set to play the game.
Yeah.
But keeping your brain on, like, blue channel while you're trying to do this sort of thing. Meanwhile, Percy's brain...
Did he get the bump here? Look at him. He keeps it slow. I told you, the dribbles. Look at the dribbles. He keeps it slow and then goes for the bump. Kept possession. Oh my goodness, Percy, dude.
That's my style play right there. Like
that's so awesome.
Going for the push, yeah. That's my style play. I was Just pretty to look at.
Well, and not only does it look good, but it tilts everybody on the other team because there's really not much you can do. You just say to yourself, you got a demo, and then memory responds. Okay, we were destroying KCP the previous game, and then now memory. First step taken for him to try and close out this series, but I'm not stressing. As long as we got Percy going for those shots, I want him to keep it up.
That's the game plan. Just easy peasy. No sweat. No sweat at all. 2-1 macro score. 1-1 micro score. Let's see how this all shakes out. Because real talk, Alpine have had an interesting day. If you're just joining us, first of all, you're late. Second of all, thanks for joining. Just jokes aside, though. Jordan, more of that, baby. Right off the back wall.
We are killing it on the physical game. We get another demo, opening up a couple opportunities here for Jordan, or excuse me, for Majicbear actually to smack it against the backboard, set up Jordan now crashing the net. And what I like about Alpine right now is we have somebody always there to recover after a missed shot. We had Majicbear being aggressive, it bounced off the backboard, and Jordan is right there without hesitation.
Moves 2-1. Jordan being in the right spot. Man, I was saying something, but it didn't matter. Yeah, what I was saying. Oh, I was kind of recapping the day because of how important we started off. The day started off with a 2-0 lead against Energy, and then they wound up reverse sweeping Alpine, which I don't think like anybody would be that surprised about. But only one of those 3 wins, Percy almost finds a second shot. We're really disgusting. Like game 3 and 5, Alpine loses, but still find themselves looking all right.
Yeah.
One goal games, 2 goal games at most. Game 4, they got stepped on. But seeing them go like that, Energy big picture is a big deal. How is that?
Oh my gosh. That's the second time it's happened. Jordan, I don't know how it got up in time. I don't know how that ball did not fall in, but we are getting away with it yet again.
I'll take it. But that, I wasn't supposed to.
We don't need to question it. All we need to know is that they didn't score. That's the only thing we're supposed to focus on.
That was a goal. I don't understand.
Well, you mentioned the games earlier against NRG too. I'm still thinking back to week 4, even going up against G2. You know, all the way in that first series, we didn't even have a game 5 against G2. So the fact that we've got so much more play time here, game 5 in our first 2 series, now coming in here, we got to get a reverse sweep, no sweat. We have already endured as much as there is to endure. We're not even worried about bringing this to a game 5.
I mean, that game 3 versus Energy was 9 minutes and 12 seconds of overtime, in addition to the 5 minutes of regulation. So, like, insanity. We certainly got play time. You're not.
Well, and that's what you want, though. That's what the grid is so good for. Getting practice for the next regional, and also experience against these teams coming into 9-minute overtimes. I mean, how often are you going to get experience like that as a player, especially against NRG?
You're just not. I mean, that's the thing. It's difficult to make happen. Percy off of the assist of Majicbear.
Oh, we're going to go to game 5.
This one.
I can say it. I already know we're not going to cast a Percy. Game 5 should be locked in for Alpine. And we always have somebody, like I said, there to reassure a goal. It's like Alpine right now, what they're doing is sending one player forward, making sure they can win a 50-50 that forces the ball to go off the backboard, and somebody has a clean follow-up.
Ten seconds left here. And Percy and the boys leading.
Even Jordan taking this one back. Look at him just wasting time.
He's just chilling, dog.
Does not care.
Game 5, baby.
We're back here again. It feels like we've never been to game 5, but then I think back to the first 2 series, and they went the distance.
I mean, game 5 is where we hang out here, babe. This is what we do. This is how we've been. This is where we chill.
We're like the next G2. I don't know, like G2 always gets sent to game 5s, and now Alpine. The only difference is, well, actually, G2 recently have not been too confident in their game 5s either. So it's a mix-up. It's a coin toss. as to who's going to win. But Alpine, the good thing about reverse sweeps, if your team is the one winning those 2 games to come back in the series, is we have all the momentum. The ball is in our court, excuse me. KC Pioneers, they're stressing right now, trying to figure out what they're doing wrong and how they can counter out Alpine's adjust.
I mean, that's the mentality, right? We Alpine knows how they felt when they were losing their kind of when they got reverse swept just a couple of rounds ago. Here, I mean, this is where you start talking about beast mode, memory rapid, who their person is. So when we first jumped into this one, you were understandably like this is a newer squad, hard to really put a beat on after 4 games. What's your assertion? What can you say about Kansas City Pioneers and how they play, how they approach the game, and if you were a coach, how would you say to play against them?
Well, I'm glad you refreshed the question because my dog just sat on my headphone cable again, dude. I don't know. My dog this entire series has been bugging me the whole time, like pushing his head on me. Look, this is what happens when I move my head because he's on it. He's on top of it. But to get back to your question, my dog rudely interrupted me. If you're KC Pioneers' coach right now, you have got to get them out of their heads. Reverse sweeps going into Game 5. You have to make sure they feel the most confident and as if they're the ones who have gotten the past 2 wins because right now you're feeling like they don't deserve to be there because you lost the past 2. But remember, the first 2 games were all yours. Know that you have confidence and that you can win just by showing up with rapid, especially going forward and being aggressive.
That's certainly the game plan here.
And he's on Batmobile now too. Okay, trying to refresh his mentality. Every time somebody car switch or goes for a car swap, you know they're tilted.
Batmobile, dude. Oh man, I have been asking people as memory starts us off with a goal here on the Dominus. I have been asking, so I am a Rocket League noob, and I have been meaning to change that. But since I'm a noob, I want to listen. I'm not going to be GC no matter what. So I want to start like approaching the game with the most ridiculous vehicle and like make that my main.
Okay.
And overwhelmingly, people were like, dude, play the Batmobile. Everyone that you queue up with will just be mad. And like,
I mean, I don't know why, though. It's like, how can you be mad at somebody for using a car when they're obviously beating you? Just use the same car. It's weird. But the Batmobile is frustrating.
So like when we talk about like the different car types, PS shouts to James Bond and his Merc getting unique car types here to add 5 different hitboxes. But when we look at Octane Fennec, right? That's just like standard. That's like how you play Rocket League. And then you switch to a Dominus when you want, and this is off of other people. You switch to the Dominus to be able to like land those flicks a little bit stronger, right?
You get a little bit more power on some shots, definitely.
Right. Why do you play the Batmobile? What is that?
The Batmobile for me is always the corners. That is what I'm focusing for if I'm playing the Batmobile. I don't know about other people, but what I've noticed, especially with Cooks here, is the Batmobile can turn an ordinary shot where you shouldn't be getting a lot of power. If you turn your car and air roll just a little bit to where you're smacking it with the corner of the Batmobile, you can put so much power on a shot that nobody would expect to go far.
Oh,
and I think that's what it brings to the table. The Dominus can kind of do that, but with the Batmobile, you get look at that power. Look at that. Rapid smack that all the way across the field with 1 clear.
Interesting.
And you can also go for the pins.
That's like I said, I spent a lot of time looking at like MOBAs and fighting games, and so like the differences in the cars are something that like I came in, I was like, oh yeah, Rocket League, there's so many cars, and everybody's like, dude, just play the Octane. There really isn't that many cars. So like seeing different car type, like you said, Cucks are going there. That's why like I'm a Flakes fan. Like 2 goals here.
Well, if you're a Flakes fan, you would probably like this because similar to his playstyle, you just go for a nice little touch across. Somebody goes for a demo, and then Memory's there to clean up.
Memory scores it there, but that's all Beast Mode. Beast Mode takes the boost out of the corner, pushes it off the wall in the corner, feeds the teammate, and then ensures the bump to make sure that there's not a block there. That's all Beast Mode there, man. Like, that was impressive.
And we need a Beast Mode of our own. We need somebody to step up. It's half the game now over with. We're trailing by 2. They have security. Who is going to step up? It could be any one of our players. I told you. All of these guys have the mechanics. Recently, it's been Percy. But let's see if Jordan or Majicbear can show up.
I mean, that's the game plan here. That's the desire. That's what we want to see. And I think it's possible. 212 on the clock.
This is where it is. This is where it is. Percy, let's go. Flip reset. Saves it. A little bit of a fake. Jordan's there for a nice little touch into the corner. Okay. Good looks, or at least getting some pressure in, as Jordan doesn't win that 50. Being still scary for them, and we need to get this ball transitioned out.
That's going to briefly happen. A nice stop there. One more time, Jordan finds himself in control.
I would be so frustrated too. That's such an important demo from Beast Mode to get in our heads and also waste more time off the clock. And then Beast Mode again, the save. There's 2v1, and he gets the save still, where that needs to 100% be converted.
Nice try there from Majicbear. You can see he was trying to set up the little chip bump to go over the final defender, but it was read by Kansas City Pioneers as defender.
Backboard. Nice little touches here. Still looking for boost. We have been getting starved out. And then there's a shot. We have to get the save, but we can't. This is the end. This might be the end. 106. F-dot. We need energy now more than ever. Okay?
Well, we played energy in the first round.
Well, we could embrace their style. Okay? They could come in and we could, I don't know, the spirit of NRG. That's what we need.
All right, we'll see if we get Chattel Shack. There's Chattel Shack out here.
What does Shaq have to do with anything? We're gonna miss every single free throw, bro. Come on.
Well, Shaq's part of energy. So just dunk on the competition.
I completely agree. Let's go, Jordan.
Just dunk on the competition.
Let's go, baby. 40 seconds left.
Can it happen? 3 goals in 30 seconds. The answer is yes. Will it happen?
Yes.
Okay.
Jordan's going to get the goal right here. Come on. Get the 50. Nice little touch here. Going forward. Good possession. Where was this all game, though?
Right.
Final second. What a clear 2.
Real good stuff from Kansas City Pioneers here. And, you know, let me be just frank. You can stay turtle. This was just much better than I expected to see from Kansas City Pioneers.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that disrespectfully. Like this team really stepped up. This was a match that you know, Alpine, we came out, did the things the first couple of games, and Kansas City Pioneers earned this set. This is one I say a lot when we go up against teams like Energy and G2 that you can't really be mad at yourself for. This is one that you can be mad at yourself for. You're not supposed to lose this one. Yeah. But Kansas City Pioneers absolutely stepped up and earned their victory without a doubt. I don't think this was Alpine dropping the ball or making an absurd mistake.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm also very surprised, too. I didn't expect Kansas City to come out here popping off like that. There were some great mechanics overall on offense that I didn't think they were capable of. And I think maybe this is a good practice round here for Alpine as well. I talked about how they hadn't even gone up against Kansas City whatsoever in the grid every single week. This is our first time going up against them. We've learned a lot. And that's the cool thing about Rocket League. Every single team has a different play style. It can exploit a couple of different things. This time, our defense wasn't necessarily lacking, but we couldn't transition to offense. And I don't know if that's a boost problem. We're going to get a player in here to ask. I think we got Percy actually up next for an interview. We can definitely ask him a couple questions about how this game went and where they struggled. Because against NRG, we even looked a little bit better in that game 5 versus here.
Absolutely. And you know, I'm looking right now. I'm running through the stats right quick. And Kansas City Pioneers didn't get a chance to play against Alpine. They played up against Alpine once in RLCS, right? And so, like you said, I mean, we haven't been playing against them in the grid. They only got one shot really there here. So when I look at this, matchup, and I see, you know, like I said, a team that theoretically we should beat, you know, and just don't have the experience there. So maybe this is something where we can go home, download what we saw, so to speak, and then reassess after the fact.
Definitely. And that's good homework to do as well if you're Miztik. I love Miztik's approach every single time, especially in the interview. I think that's what sold me. I've always loved Miztik in general, but whenever I watch that interview with how positive he was, even just going up against NRG, a team that they're supposed to lose against, that means that even in this loss, he's probably excited because it's just more content to review, more mistakes that you can fix and things to work on. So at Miztik, he's got a lot of work ahead of himself, but he's definitely excited for it, and I'm sure the boys at Alpine are ready to improve and show up a little bit better against Kansas City.
Without a doubt, got to certainly go home and recharge here. We're going to recharge just a little bit. The games are over, but we are not. We'll be right back. We've got an interview on the way, and Turtle's going to do something funny, like always. We'll be right back with more of The Grid.